gray hair has to be boring? Who says silver hair has to play it safe? Embracing your gray hair does not mean you have to give up the creativity, versatility, or the freedom to have fun with your hair. Your hair can also be bold, playful, and completely your own, because hair color doesn't determine what styles belong to you. Hello, beautiful. Welcome to the beauty of aging. I'm Angel, the founder of Maison 276 and creator of the 3-step system for silver, gray, and blonde hair, a healthy way to brighten, cleanse, and restore the natural brilliance of your hair without purple dyes. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you step by step how to create Bantu knots. It's a fun, heat-free, protective style that works on all hair lengths, types, and textures. So if you're looking for the perfect heat-free summer style, or maybe you just want to switch it up a little bit, let's get right to it. Okay guys, I am going to be washing my braiding hair first, as you should do. I will put the links down in the description. If your hair is ever itched after you got braids, that's probably why your scalp was reacting to the finishes that they put on these products. So I am going to detox it using a ACV apple cider vinegar rinse. But before I do that, so it won't tangle, I'm going to take some bands and just kind of put around the hair at certain intervals. We're not going to agitate the hair. We're just going to soak it. So now I'm going to put about 1/4 cup of ACV in there. Mix that up. So we're going to let that soak for the first time for about 10 minutes. And again, you don't want to tangle it. Also, the water is lukewarm. Remember, this is synthetic hair. It's not really meant for high heat. So it's been about 10 minutes. It's hard to see with the white basin, but there is a white film on top of the water. Okay, guys, I did another ACV soak for about 5 minutes, and there was still a little bit of a film on it, so I'm glad I did that. Now, of course, you don't want your hair smelling like vinegar, so after a quick rinse, I'm going to take some of the Maison 276 Cleanse Shampoo. It's step 2 of the 3-step system, and we want to just be very gentle, not a lot of agitation, because we don't want to tangle the hair. But this is a very clean, plant-based, clarifying shampoo, the same shampoo that I use on my silver hair. And so I just want to make sure we get all that ACV out, as well as the smell. And then we're going to rinse. Y'all, that was way too much shampoo, but that's okay. 1 squirt would have been fine. Maison 276 products are very, very concentrated. Okay, so now I'm going to take the bands out and just lay them out on the towel so they can air dry. To prep my hair, I washed and deep conditioned with the Maison 276 3-step system. Check out the link at the end of this vlog. Is your silver, gray, or blonde hair looking dull, drab, tired, just blah? The Maison 276 3-step system is designed to bring your brilliance back. Brighten, cleanse, and restore the natural brilliance of your hair without the use of purple dyes. All of our products are clinically tested, plant-based, and certified clean beauty to restore and maintain the brilliance of your silver, gray, or blonde hair. No purple dyes, no messy after shampoo cleanup, no drama, just beautiful hair. Okay guys, so we have done our deep conditioning. For me, Bantu knots is a 100% heat-free style. Many of the tutorials that you see will have the hair blow dried out just to stretch it out. Not only am I not blow drying it to stretch it out, my hair is still damp, just saturate it with the conditioner. First, I'm going to take a small bowl and, take a small bowl and put my rubber bands in there. I have these clear rubber bands, and I am going to put a few drops of coconut oil on the rubber bands. That's just to prevent them from drying my hair out. So just a few drops. And now I'm going to actually put my hair in the rubber bands. So I'll comb it out. I'm not putting any gel or anything like that on it. And then I'll just put that rubber band on there. And then I'm gonna just do a twist, 2 twists. Doesn't have to be super tight. Doesn't have to be tight at all, actually. So I'm gonna do that to my entire head. Let's do one more right here so you can see. Well, actually, I'm gonna do this one last because this is the only one where I actually put some edge gel. So, and then I'm just gonna brush it out just to make sure I'm getting it straight, and then put another rubber band on there. And then a 2-twist. This is also a good way to do a 2-twist out, to kind of semi-stretch your hair out a little bit. And what I mean by that is that at least it's stretched here at the root. Okay, now we're gonna do the final 3. And these are the only ones where I actually use the edge gel because, well, they're on the edges. But not a lot, just a little bit. I'll just take my fingers and just put it on the edge like that. Now some Bantu tutorials will do this to every single knot. I just didn't think it was necessary. Get this one out of the way. This hair is almost dry. I'm actually gonna put a little bit more water. Yeah, put this one over. When you're putting your rubber bands on each section, you really want to make sure that it's in the center. That's why I took that one down, because it was not centered. And I'll put a little bit more edge gel on at the end once I wrap it in my silk scarf. Okay, this is what that looks like. By the way, and the type of edge gel I use is Edge Fixer Extreme Hold. It's crystal clear white. It holds, but it's not flaky. This is a great edge control gel for silver and gray hair, because as you know, most of them are brown or they have different colors in them, but none of that works if you have silver, gray, or white hair. I bought this particular style, or this particular texture, I would say, because this most closely mimics my own hair when I do a twist out. Also, it is really, really difficult to find pure gray hair, pure silver hair. I can pull out the 2 strands that are silver. That's what I'm using for about 70 to 80% of my hair. Now in the back, my hair is more closely a salt and pepper. And so for the ones in the back, I'll take a piece of the silver and then a piece of the salt and pepper, and then that will match my hair. Well, there are a lot of variations of product cocktailing that people use when they're doing Bantu knots. Some use hairspray, some use a mousse. I use a combination of water and Restore conditioner. And the reason I'm using the conditioner is because braiding hair can be very drying. And so I want to make sure that the hair that's touching my hair is conditioned and not dried out. I know it's not real human hair, but I just want to make sure that I'm protecting my hair fully. I've dampened it, just lightly spritz it with water. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of the conditioner and I'm putting it along the length of what's going to be in my hair. So that's about 6 inches once I stretch it out. And I'm also going to start in the back. I am going to braid this with my hair. So these are 2 strands, and then this is the 3rd strand of the braid. And you want to just start it right above where the ponytail holder is. want to braid all the way down to the end of your hair. And that's it. Now you want to start twisting. You want to feel a little bit of tension, but you definitely don't want it to be so tight that it's pulling your skin. But as you'll see right here, that twisting actually straightens that hair out a little bit more. And that's why the ponytail holder doesn't need to be super tight. And so now we're going to start creating the Bantu knot. I did notice that was a little dry on the end, so I put a little bit more water. Now, once it dries, it will stay. But don't worry if you find that, oh, I didn't like the way that knot came out. Let's start over again. You can do that. And remember, you're twisting under the ponytail holder. And twisting the hair as you're going. Perfect. Oops. If it feels like there's a lot of tension, if it feels too tight, then simply untwist a little bit in the direction that, so if you were twisting this way and you stop and you feel your skin pulling, like, oh, maybe that's too tight, then just untwist a little bit. You feel that tension release, and that's what you want. Let's do the rest. Also, you don't have to use this much hair. If you wanted to just have half this, it's completely up to you. It just depends on how full you want them. And also because my hair is wet, if I dried my hair and then blow dried it, it would be much thicker, and I probably wouldn't need this much. But I find that my hair is just easier to manage and to maneuver when it's damp like this, and so that when it dries, both my hair and the braid hair, it feels like it's more set. So the first time I did this, I wore them for about 7 days, and they were still perfectly fine. I just took them down so I could do this tutorial. You know, I had to try it out first in real life. I was really experimenting to see if this was going to be a good vacation, full-blown vacation hairstyle. It totally is. Now remember, you can wrap without tightening, especially if you feel your scalp pulling, then you definitely don't want to continue to tighten, but you can still wrap and secure your Bantu knot. It should not hurt. And remember, these little ends, this is what locks it into place. Now, unlike a braid style where every single one is exactly the same, that's not necessarily the case here, at least not for mine. So what I'm doing right now is just checking for loose ends that might not have gotten tucked in all the way. And you lock them in the base. So if you have any loose ends, you don't want to twist them here around the knot. You want to lock them in at the base. And now if you want to put a little bit more edge gel on anywhere, like I'll put a little bit here. Put a little bit here. And check in the back for any loose ends. I also put some edge gel back here. And as you can see, there's really no need to blow dry your hair or stretch it. I just didn't find that necessary. Now, if your hair is very, very short and you feel like you need that extra length to give the braid hair something to connect to, then sure. But if your hair is at least 2 or 3 inches, I think you can probably get away without heat stretching it. And then I'm just going to finish off with some of the Maison 276 Revive hair and scalp serum in those parts. Feels so good. Okay, let's tie that up. Just gonna take my scarf. The main thing I'm tying really is the edges. I'm just going to tuck this, just tuck that under somewhere. Just shower and go to bed. Okay, y'all, here is the finished look. Now, if you're wondering, how easy is this to sleep in? That's a great question. And what I found is, as long as you have some center parts in the bag, particularly at the bottom, I had no issue sleeping. Also, as long as your Bantu knots are not too tight, you should be able to sleep comfortably. If your finished product is too tight, then sleep will be uncomfortable. And remember, if you find that a couple of knots are too tight after you've done your hair initially, simply untwist a little bit. Think of a faucet, righty tighty, lefty loose. but whatever direction you twisted your hair in, just tweak it a little bit and you will see that pressure release. You should be able to feel that as you're creating each knot, but sometimes as the day goes on, you'll realize, oh, this one is a little too tight, and then you can adjust as needed. When you're ready for bed, simply rewrap it with a silk scarf. As the days go on, you may feel like you need to touch up those edges. Just get a little edge control gel. You can use your fingers or an edge brush. And remember, your scalp is exposed. So if you're going to be outside a lot, just like the sun can dry this skin, the sun can also dry out the scalp. So maybe every 1 or 2 days, you want to massage a little bit of the Maison 276 Revive Hair Serum along these sections. Massage that in, and you are good to go. The first time I put these in, they lasted a full week. And they really could have stayed in longer. I just took them out because I needed to redo my hair for this requested tutorial. I created the Bantu knots for our long July 4th weekend, spent all day at the pool, also out and about. We played golf, never had to worry about my hair. Even when it got a little bit wet in the pool, I simply rinsed it out with the handheld shower attachment in the hotel just to get that chlorine out of my hair where it had gotten wet. Easy peasy. And remember, if for some reason your Bantu knot loosens before you're ready to take it down, simply spritz it with water just to loosen the hair, retwist, and you're good to go. And that's your easy maintenance for Bantu knots. I hope this tutorial really did more than just give you the steps to create this particular hairstyle. I really hope this reminded you that if you're embracing your silver or gray hair, that doesn't come with a list of hairstyles that you need to leave behind. Yes, silver or gray hair can be elegant, but it can also be edgy, bold, creative, and playful. There are no style limits. So wear the braids, wear the Bantu knots, experiment with different textures, different cuts. Change your look for vacation, for summer, or just because you feel like it. Your silver or gray hair is part of your signature, but how you wear it is completely up to you. Now, if you recreate these Bantu knots, let me know. Also, let me know if there are other tutorials or different types of styling methods that you'd like for me to share. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of The Beauty of Aging. Don't forget to join us on Fridays at 10 o'clock Eastern. The entire Beauty of Aging community meets right here. We live stream on YouTube. We talk about a lot of different topics from beauty, lifestyle, wellness, but they're all issues that are important to the woman over 50 or any woman who's unapologetically growing bolder. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and of course, leave me your comments or questions or even recommendations for future content. Y'all know I love chit-chatting with you down in the DMs because the Beauty of Aging platform exists for you. Thank you so much. I'll see you the next time. Take care, y'all. Bye.